Ain't nobody perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We all make mistakes. Whether you're a beginning bettor or a professional, we all make mistakes sometimes. The goal is minimize those mistakes. On this video, I want to talk about 7 betting mistakes that everyone seems to make in the NFL. Year in, year out. Pros, Joes, they're the type of mistakes that A, we can learn from, and B, if we know what they are, we can look to avoid it. So let's try that right here, right now. Ted Saransky, Teddy covers from wagertalk.com. 7 NFL betting mistakes that everyone makes. And let's start with this one. It is the most common mistake we all make, and that's real simple. Believing that what you saw last week is what you're going to see this week. Last week was last week. Everyone else saw that game too. And when you see a team play winning football, great football one week, that does not necessarily mean that everything's come together the next week. So, and when a team plays terrible football, they got, oh my God, that team's the worst team I've ever seen. They had 6 turnovers. They got blown out by 40 points. Again, those situations where a team played awful, they don't play as bad next week, generally. When a team played perfect, they don't play as well next week, generally. So be aware. Believing that what you saw last week is what we saw from this team, that's the biggest mistake bettors make. You know, what the team actually is their record and what the record says there. And you want teams with arrows pointed up and arrows pointed down. I get it. But one week to the next, things can and do change. Don't ever expect that what you saw a week ago is a harbinger of things to come. Biggest betting mistake that people do in the NFL, number 2. And this one, I've seen it since the 90s. When I was a bookie back in the 90s in Ann Arbor, people used to make this mistake, and they still make it in 2026. And that's trying to get even on the Sunday night game or the Monday night game. You're going to have good weeks. You're going to have bad weeks, inevitably. Doesn't matter if you're a winning capper. You're still going to have a bad week or 2 or 3 or 4 over the course of the season. There are plenty of weeks where you end up with a pushing. You know, it's not like you're printing money every week. It doesn't work that way. But there are people that really get frustrated with small losses, big losses, whatever it is. They have to get even by Sunday night or by Monday night. And that double or nothing on Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football, or upping your wager size, it'll kill you. Everyone's betting those games. They're not loaded with value. There are times you will find a good Sunday night bet. There are times you will find a good Monday night bet. But saying if you have a bad weekend, oh, I'm seeing things really clearly for this game, let's double, triple our wager size. It's bad news. It's a mistake everybody makes in the NFL. Don't make it yourself. And that leads right into number 3. Too big a variation when it comes to bet sizing. Look, everyone has small bets, pizza bets, or, wager talk is like a quarter unit or a half unit type of thing. But their standard size versus their step-up size wager. My biggest bet, standard size wager versus my big step-up, this is a monster, 2.5 size. It's not 20 times bigger. It's 2.5 times bigger than my standard wager. That's the biggest bet that I will make. So if you're betting $100, $100, $100, $100, $1,000, you're going to go broke. Doesn't work that way. If you bet $100, $100, $100, $100, $200, or $250, that much more reasonable. So that variation in bet size, keep it modest. Don't step up too big. And obviously, no, people don't usually worry about betting too small. But the issue is when you step up too big, a loss ends up sending you, hurtling in the wrong direction. So too big variation when it comes to bet sizing. Avoid that mistake in the NFL. Another mistake people make, and this is a big one, they don't bet enough early in the week. And sometimes I fall into this problem. I do the opening line report every Monday morning with Kelly Stewart, right here on Wager Talk TV, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And we go through all the games and talk about where the markets are going to move and what's likely to happen and what the markets are going to react to this week, game by game. There are bets you got. If you're going to make them, you got to make them on Sunday night or Monday. It's plain and simple. By Tuesday, that number's gone. So be aware. You want to bet not everything, but there are games that if you're going to bet them, you have to bet them early in the week. When you see weather-related totals, see the weather forecast, the number's going to move down, the number's going to get down. When you have a popular side that you expect is going to take money, sometimes you need to bet that early in the week. The bottom line is there are too many people that come in Sunday morning and go, oh yeah, let's see what the lines are. If you want to beat the NFL, you got to bet early as well as betting late. And of course, the NFL opening line report designed to help you do that. be sure to tune in each and every Monday between now and the Super Bowl. In fact, we do it the week after the Super Bowl as well, with myself and Kelly Stewart right here on Wager Talk TV. Before I talk about the next issue, and boy, the next issue makes me crazy. That's why I moved to Vegas. The next issue was literally why I moved to Vegas. But I do want to give you guys info on this Splash Sports contest. It's good. It's cool, right? It's a $1,000 Survivor contest. All right, so it's real. It's a $21 million guarantee. Right now, there's an overlay of about $20 million. I don't know how long it's going to last, but this is a new contest, and there could be an overlay when all's said and done. They guaranteed us $21 million. I'm in it. A bunch of the Wager Talk guys are in it. Kelly's doing it. Join us. Use promo code splashsports.com/Wager Talk and the password Wager Talk. Again, splashsports.com/Wager Talk, password Wager Talk. That's going to get you $100 back. You can use it on other contests. You can use it on quick picks. You can use it on all kinds of stuff at splashsports.com. But get involved with this Wager Talk, with this $21 million Survivor. You're going to play Survivor this year. 35 states it's allowed in, plus Canada. And you don't even have to live in one of those 35 states. You only have to sign up in one of those 35 states. So it really is available nationwide, all across North America. And it's $21 million guaranteed. Give it a shot. Again, Wager Talk, splashsports.com/Wager Talk to check out the contest entry. So, number 5, the 7 NFL betting mistakes that everyone makes is not having enough accounts funded. That's why, again, I said why I moved to Las Vegas. When I lived in Michigan, I was betting with a bookie. The bookie's line, well, that was a line that I had. Later on, I got a second bookie so I could call the other guy. You move to Las Vegas, all of a sudden you have 20 books, and they're independent. And, you're not dealing with a bookie and dealing with what number they have. You're dealing with a betting marketplace. And it's 2026, guys. Fund every book that is legal in your state, period. And if you do that, you find line variance. Line 7 everywhere. Oh, look, it's -6.5 here. That's where I'm going to bet it. Oh, line 3 everywhere. Oh, look, it's +3.5 here. That's where I'm going to bet it. That line variance is real. It makes a difference in your long-term bottom line, and the ability to fund and have multiple accounts is key. I was like, oh, I love DK. It's okay to love DK and bet at FanDuel and bet at Caesars and bet at MGM and bet everywhere else you can. Okay? Fund every book that's legal in your state and get those free half points. Don't pay for them. Number 6, the mainstream media, the betting public, they tend to focus on coach and quarterback. And yes, we do want to pay attention to coach and quarterback. But where are NFL games won? They're won in the trenches, guys. Offensive line, defensive line. They're won with game plans. Offense coordinator, defense coordinator. We're looking at if you're going to bet NFL at a higher level than you currently are, look at the offensive defensive lines, look at the offensive defense coordinators, and pay more attention to those factors. Every bit as much attention to those factors as you do to a head coach we like or don't like, and or a quarterback we like or don't like. Pay attention to the trenches, pay attention to the game plans. Those matter. So OCDC/OLDL, that's what I pay attention to as much as possible throughout the course of the NFL season. Last but not least, top 7 NFL betting mistakes. Let's talk about number 7. And this is just a pure waste of money. People like to waste money on long shot futures. One team's going to win the Super Bowl. 31 teams will not. 2 teams going to win the conference champions. 30 teams will not. Win totals, beatable. Teams can go over or under. Only 2 choices. Even odds to win the division, there's only 4 choices. They're reasonably beatable. Odds to make the playoffs, beatable. Yes, no. Odds to win the Super Bowl, you can't beat that. The wise guys don't try. There's no reason you should be trying. There's a reason that prominently displayed at every sportsbook in Las Vegas, the first thing you see is Super Bowl futures. The books clean up on those. I would advise you not to bet them. Pretty much ever. There are better bets to make on a week in, week out, and year in, year out basis. There you have it. My top 5 NFL betting mistakes. And I know there's more. Or what is it? Top 7. My top 7 NFL betting mistakes. I could have done a top 20, but 7 to me is reasonable. Try to avoid these. The more you avoid them, likely the better season you're going to have. Thank you so much for watching Wager Talk TV, guys. We really appreciate the comments, the likes, the follows. Check out splashsports.com/Wager Talk. And don't be shy about visiting my homepage, wt.buzz/TC. We'll take you right there. Cheers.